What's going on YouTube? Got this in the mail today. These castings aren't hitting anywhere near me, so the only way for me to get them is to acquire them online. And when you do that, you can already see the flaws. I'm so sick of this. This is the third car in a row this week, and there's another flaw right there. It's just irritating. It's like the online sellers are just getting rid of all their messed up pieces on using the internet to do that. It's very frustrating. I wouldn't mind if they were descriptive about it, but they need to look over these cars before they sell them and not just assume that, well, it's in the packaging, so it's got to be a mint car, because we all know that's not always the case. With premium stuff like this, that's about a 50-50 proposition. So it's frustrating that they don't do that. Man, this car looks great. Other than the BS flaws. That's a really sharp looking car. You can see the paint flaw on the rocker panel. There's also an issue with the front driver's side wheel. It's real wonky. It's not on the axle correctly, but issues like that are no big deal. Damn, I can't get over how awesome this thing looks. Wow, that looks really, really good. Here I was thinking that the green light was going to be an easy runaway nicer car, and I don't know that it is. This one's pretty nice just because there aren't any flaws with it from a production standpoint. There aren't any quality issues with this car. The base is mounted correctly. The four wheels and tires are mounted and installed correctly. The paint doesn't have any issues. So, I don't know, man. That green light's really nice. But the thing about that is when I bring out the other green light, which I showed in last night's video, we have a major issue with the mounting of the base, which causes a huge issue with the front driver's side wheel, which in turn causes an issue with the stance. So it's like a domino effect of issues on this, which otherwise would be an awesome car. So I don't know. I really don't know what to think, because this car here is really nice. I don't, I think I have to give the edge to the green light. I mean, one thing about both of these green light cars, they both went prototypical wheel. And that is not the case with the Johnny Lightning. At least, I don't think it is. I've never seen a Firebird with, what are these, 10 spoke, 12 spoke? 12 spoke wheels. I've never seen a Firebird with 12 spokes. Now, I know these are prototypical. The really hard to do honeycomb wheels, and I know these are prototypical. I've seen Firebirds with both of those. I've not seen a Firebird with 12 spoke wheels. So, but if you're not going to do a prototypical wheel, at least this is a good option. I mean, personally, I think this looks a lot better than the Auto World Camaro. I don't know if I'd say a lot better. God, if that car just had some nice wheels and tires on it. But check it out. I mean, they got the rear defrost on the back window. It's an awesome color. It looks really good. The interior looks really good. The stance, which is always like the biggest concern for me with Johnny Lightning cars, the stance doesn't seem to be much of an issue on this one at all. I think I'd like it to sit a little bit lower than that, but you know, I think I'd probably say the same thing about the green lights. I don't know, that's tough. From a size standpoint, let's take a look at that. I've always claimed, and I think I make this claim with a certain amount of accuracy, but I've always claimed that Johnny Lightning runs a little bit small. So if green light is true to scale, you can see the Johnny Lightning, they're really close. The Johnny Lightning's a little bit wider, but there's not a whole heck of a lot of difference. So I guess the lesson to be learned from this is that with the relaunch of Johnny Lightning under RC2, is that I think they learned from their first couple releases when they put out the Buick GSX and the GTO and the 66 Chevelle or whatever it was, that we don't want that stuff. There's too much of it out, and they've really been shifting gears and putting out castings that were the popular castings from back in the day with Plain Mantis. The Chevy Blazers and the Typhoon, which is coming out here in the Gone Fishing. The Grand Wagoneers, which, you know, that was the one car in their first release. And now they're bringing out the Fox Body Mustang, the Trans Am, that F-150. So they seem to be getting it. And I hope they keep hitting that home. I hope they come back with the 81 Malibu. There's so many cars I'd really like to see, but mostly cars from the 1980s and 90s. Those are the Johnny Lightning castings that I want to see the most. We don't need the vintage stuff or the old muscle. We've got enough of it. I'm sure I speak for most collectors when I say we don't need any more Camaros or Mustangs. So if they keep this up, I think that'll be a good thing. This version B from, I think, release 2, there were 2 colors to choose from. I got the lighter color because I wanted to see the lines of the car. I probably should have just got a case because this release, there is some pretty cool stuff. You have the 65 Chevy pickup, the 73 Dodge Charger, which, you know, I really would like to grab that. The 65 El Camino. Then there's this, which is the 86 Trans Am. There's the 1990 Ford Mustang, which I also got. I'll be doing that one in a separate video. And then the 93 Ford F-150, which that casting has taken off. And you're lucky to find one of those for under 20 bucks. So I like what they're doing. I hope they keep it up, and I hope they continue to bring out these, you know, anything from 1980 to 1999, anything in that window. They had a lot of cool castings with the Caprice, the Impala, you know, a lot of really nice Chevrolet, General Motors stuff. A lot of cool Mopar stuff too. I'd like to see the Dodge Aspen and stuff like that. So hopefully they keep it up and we can continue to get some nice diecast. The hood on this does open. I'm not going to open it though. It also opens on both of the green lights, but I'm not going to open it because of the shape of the front end. Sometimes if you open it, it won't close right. on this particular car. So just to make sure that I don't have any issues with the hood, you know, it's a little plastic engine. You've seen one, you've seen them all, and I don't want to justify, or I don't want to risk the integrity of the cosmetics of the car just so I can see a little plastic engine that I already know is there. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like this car? Do you think it's as nice as the Greenlight? Or which one do you think is better? That's a tough call. Really tough call. There's your tail lights on the Greenlight. Here's your tail lights on the Johnny. Oh, I don't know that I would give the edge to either brand really on this. They both look pretty good but different. I would love to see Auto World bring out this casting in their premium line, because that would be epic. That would be game over for all these other Firebird castings. If it was anything like their second gen Trans Am, no one's going to be able to compete. That's why I want to see Auto World expand their catalog in general, is because they already make the nicest diecast car in that scale as far as like American brands go. So it's too bad that they don't do stuff like this. I think I do like the wheels and tires a lot better on the Greenlight. But these could have been a whole lot worse. And they did do rubber tires. That's another thing too. Some of their first releases from RC2, there was a lot of plastic tire stuff, and it seems like we're seeing a lot less of that too. So I don't know if that was part of their plan or if they're just listening to what people are saying. So whatever the case is, as long as they keep going in that direction, I'll be happy as a collector. It's just a little bit frustrating. I mean, the only thing is that I've had to go online to buy this stuff. Very few pieces that I've found out in the wild. I was lucky to find a couple of the International Scouts, but the only one I found was the maroon. I did find quite a few of the Grand Wagoneers, although it took me 8 months to find my first one. And then you just have the stuff like the Super B convertible and the GTO that are just warming pegs everywhere. Like, you can't give those things away. So I like that they're limiting them to 1,200, and I really like that they're doing the castings that they are. I wish they were a little bit more readily available for me from my local retailers rather than having to go online. But if any of you, I guess I should put this out there, if any of you find any Johnny Lightning stuff, even if it's older stuff, depending on the casting, I would be interested in either purchasing or trading for it, depending on the casting. I'm a lot more picky with the older stuff, but if you've watched any of my videos, you should have a pretty good idea of the stuff that I'm interested in. So, but that's it. I will be back with the 5.0 Fox Body Mustang. We'll be taking a look at that one. So thank you for checking it out, and I will holler at the next video.